go over the various ways you can manipulate notches in PDS version 11. First, I will show you how to insert a notch on a curve by simply clicking where I want to place it. I will use Quickstep CN, which stands for Curve Notch. With the Control Point tool, type CN and click on the curve to add a notch point. Note that the curve shape does not change at all. You can also drag a notch point along the curve. Here we use the C Quickstep to drag a notch point along the curve and place it at a different location. To add a notch point at a specific distance from a reference point, we type the distance and N for notch. When we place the cursor over a section, the reference point is highlighted in blue. Here we click on the section to add a notch point 3 inches away from this reference point. You can also add notches by copying notch intervals with the Relative Another Point tool. With the Relative Another Point tool, we select this armhole section and copy the length with Ctrl C. Then with the plus Quickstep, which is the same as +0, we click on the corresponding sleeve section to add a notch on the sleeve at the same distance. It is also possible to include additional offset using this method. After copying the length with Ctrl C, type plus or minus and the offset amount. Plus 1/8 adds 1/8 of an inch to the copied distance. Minus 1/8 subtracts 1/8 of an inch from the copied distance. One way you can adjust notch intervals is to use the absolute distance plus C Quickstep with the segment length tool. To set the notch interval to exactly 5 inches, we select the section to adjust, type 5C, and select the notch point. The C Quickstep ensures that the curve shape does not change, but for curve and notch points, the C can be omitted since these points are assumed to adjust along the curve. You can also use the segment length tool to increase or decrease notch intervals. After selecting the section to adjust, type plus or minus and the amount, and click on the notch point to lengthen or shorten the notch interval. Plus 1 increases the length by 1 inch. Minus 1 shortens the length by 1 inch. Another way to adjust notch intervals is to copy an interval from another section with the segment length tool. We select the armhole section and copy the length with Ctrl C. Then we select the section to adjust, use the plus Quickstep, and click on the notch point. The notch interval of the sleeve was adjusted to the length of the copied section. You can also include additional offset to the notch interval. After selecting and copying a section with Ctrl C, select the section to adjust, type plus or minus and the offset amount, then click on the notch point. Plus 1/8 would add 1/8 of an inch to the copied section length. Minus 1/8 would subtract 1/8 of an inch from the copied section length. You can change notch types, sizes, and angles from the Point Property window. Using Quicksteps, notch types, sizes, and angles can be changed very quickly. With most PDS tools, Quickstep N1 gives us a T-notch, N2 gives us an out notch, N3 gives us a V-notch, and N4 gives us a double T-notch. Repeating N Quickstep on the same point removes the notch. In order to see the notch sizes, we go to Notch Seam and select View Notch Size. To decrease the notch size, we select the notch point with the Alt key down. To increase the notch size, we select the notch with the Shift and Alt keys down. You can manipulate the notch angle using the NM Quickstep. After typing NM, click on the notch point and drag a line to define the notch angle you want. Another method is to drag the notch tip point. Let me demonstrate how to grade notch intervals by using the floating notch option with the perimeter grading tool. We select an armhole section, copy the increments with Ctrl C, select the corresponding sleeve section, click on the notch point, and select the floating notch adjustment option. We repeat for this section. Now there is no difference in increments between the sleeve and armhole sections of the front pattern. Please contact StyleCAD if you have any questions.